Listen to the wind in the junipers and the tales of the shifting, whispering sands.
I'm Mike Pickett. I have a message for merchants and consumers. We all know that when higher product and service prices continue to inflate, it puts more and more pressure on merchants and consumers. This runaway fiat train is going downhill and picking up speed. Countries around the world are abandoning the dollar as fast as they can. The only sensible option to avoid the crash is an independent system of trade. Those who can see will see. Those who don't will wind up in a heap with the rest of the riders on that train with nothing to show for it. As the inevitable crash looms closer, Bitcoin will slowly take over as a better option for commerce and trade. It is my goal to help merchants and consumers to be prepared and educated for an easy option or transition to a Bitcoin commerce in the future as a more viable and more profitable method of trade before they crash with the runaway fiat train. My objective is not to create fear. To the contrary, it is to wake up as many as possible and to show the way to avoid the wreck. Unfortunately, those who will need protection the most are not listening to me and others who see what's coming. They will not be willing to explore new ways to be prepared until after it's too late. Knowledge dispels fear, but it is only available to those who seek it. Unfortunately, the ones who listen the least are people over 50 years old. For them, tradition is too hard to break. I hope the baby boomers don't perish in the economic crash of the fiat money system. Free men have been searching for Bitcoin for thousands of years, even when they are not aware of it. Bitcoin is freedom. It provides a way for commerce and trade outside of the control by governments and bankers. The way is coming very soon for ordinary commerce and trade to be conducted in Bitcoin. We know that because we know that fiat currency is going to hit an inevitable wall. Such Ponzi schemes always fail. They fail for lack of integrity. There is no foundation for a system that can create money out of nothing with no limit to the amount. Bitcoin will become the only alternative to a failed fiat system. It is proven now. Gold and silver will never be used for commerce and trade in the world again. Digital property is replacing the precious heavy metals as a means of trade by several mechanisms, the first being convenience, the second privacy. Gold and silver have been traded for generations by paper representations and not by physical trading. It is not convenient to transfer gold and silver around the world or even across the street without physical transformation mechanisms such as ships and airplanes, automobiles, or even pack animals. Trusting paper mechanisms to transfer metal has become more and more precarious because there is a growing mistrust of the paper transfer mechanisms such as central banks and governments. France and Germany learned that the hard way when Nixon removed the paper dollar from the gold standard in 1971. I can see no reason why individuals wanting to access their wealth any place in the world will not use Bitcoin. Bitcoin can be transferred in cyberspace without physical machinery nor trusting banking to make the transfer. Bitcoin is here to stay, and it's not going away. Even governments know that. Bankers know that, or they would not be trying to create a crypto system of their own to control the movement of every individual in the world. I'm not concerned for the government. Bankers will do what bankers do. I'm concerned for the citizens. I want to make as many free and responsible friends as possible, free from autocracy and despotism. That's why I do this. I hope more of you are listening as warnings increase by myself and others who are trying to help you to be prepared for what's to come. Babylon is going to fall. Don't you fall with it. I'm Mike Pickett. So long for now. I'll see you again tomorrow. In the meantime, stay righteous and sleep well tonight, knowing that your savings are in your own custody.
Listen to the wind in the junipers and the tales of the shifting, whispering sands. Wild horses on the run into the setting sun and the smell of the leather in his hand.